Hello, everybody. Joe Bacon Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Utawarerumono, Mask of Deception, where I still don't have thumbnails made because I'm being lazy. I did plan on just like commissioning some artwork, but all all of my fucking art oomfies on Discord, they're all either swamped or just currently not taking commissions at the time. So that leaves the hard work to fall to me once again, as it always does, to rack my like diseased brain to try to make something, which you know I'm really not in the mood to do right now. So we're just gonna be sticking with the generic title screen of the game or box art of the game thumbnails for the time being. Ugh. Oh, sorry. I just got off work and I'm tired. It was a long day today. I didn't sleep all that well last night, and then they actually had to work at work today. What a surprising concept. So just gonna be drinking a nice chilled Coors Light while we're going through it today. I've already had one, and these are kind of like the tall cans, like the 16-ounce ones, because they were on sale. For like $12, which for like 12, I got like a 12 pack. That's like $1 a can of beer. That's really fucking good. And Coors Light is what my dad drinks, so obviously it's what I drink because it's what was in the house. But anyway, I don't really have any any more preamble other than that. Besides the fact that this video's going up pretty much as soon as I'm done with it. Uh, I'd planned to record, the first episode of White Album on Sunday, but I just got lost in the sauce playing Baldur's Gate 3 instead. And yeah, I just like played for 15 hours straight and I didn't record. So now my upload schedule is all out of whack. So I gotta, chop chop chop, get recording. What I planned to do was, have Sunday be my rest day, and I can record like every other day of the week, and that's fine. And I'll be able to record the day before because I'll be recording on Sunday. There's just no video that'll go up. So that way, I have something prepped and ready to go the next day, early in the morning, Eastern Standard Time for your viewing pleasure. But yeah, expect expect more delays in when episodes go up or, shifting in the schedule to my fickle whims. Oh god. And my eyes are so dry and itchy. Everything's starting to bloom right now. It's not too bad, but it's about to get way worse real quick. I get bad allergies, like double shiners. It looks like someone punched me in both eyes. I get like stuffy, runny nose. My nose is red. I'm sneezing. Dry, itchy, wet eyes. The contradiction of my eyeballs feel like sand that they have no moisture in them, but they're somehow constantly like leaking fluid. It's awful. I don't do well with East Coast springs. It has to be. It has to be like one of the trees out here. Because when I'm out west, in those fucking blasted, barren, volcanic plains where it's like literally fucking volcanic rocks and dead grass and like not a single tree taller than like 2 feet, I'm fine. You know, there's nothing out there that hurts me, but out here, oh, and it didn't used to be that way. I didn't get allergies until I was like 11 or 12. Puberty hormones really fucking messed me up. Something fierce. Anyway, let's go into that dining hall. Hang out with a girl.
いただきます。
Also, I'm gonna try to drop my mic, audio levels a little more in OBS this time. People were saying it was a little loud, so let me know if it's a good change in the comments down below. But while you're there, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Anyway, Yeah. What is it? I mean, it's the middle of winter, so probably like salted meats and millet. Got dark outside while we were busy organizing our belongings. At some point, a tantalizing aroma wafted into the room from somewhere else in the inn. The scent tickled my nose and made my stomach growl with hunger. Chuckling, Kuan led me downstairs, where we found a group of locals drinking and dining merrily. Now, a staggering number of dishes are lined up on the table before us. They big? Plates are all stacked so high with food that they threaten to topple. It's way too much for two. Hell, there's enough food crowding the table for at least 10 people. Oblivious to my dumbfounded state, Kuan reaches for her plate and hums happily to herself. She piles heaps of meat and vegetables onto some kind of thin dough, wrapping it up neatly. The wrap, bursting at the seams with ingredients, disappears in just a few bites. Kuan opens her mouth wide and stuffs her face, but somehow she makes it look refined. Either that or, you know, she's a girl that knows how to eat. Yeah, better get some before it's all gone. It'll be like sucking on bay leaves and, you know, gnawing on bones. You keep going at this rate. Nope. Is this like Central Asia where you just kind of like grab things with your bare hands? I nodded consciously, not quite able to tell her I'm more taken aback by the sheer quantity. From the plate in front of her, Kuan grabs another one of those thin sheets of flatbread. Skin! Unless you just mean skin in, you know, like, not the literal sense, like it's the skin of a burrito, the tortilla. I pick up another of the flimsy, doughy sheets, watching it pillow pliantly around my fingers. She called it a skin, but it looks like it's been grain pounded and baked in a flatbread, not actual animal hide. Yum! When I'm like really fiending for some carbs at like 3 in the morning, I will go downstairs and make some flatbread. Just get the flour out of the pantry, throw on a little bit of salt, honey, and like olive oil, and, you know, water. Mix it up. Get a nice sheet of dough and just throw it in my air fryer for like 25 minutes and just eat that. But I gotta be desperate for that. Yum! It's like shawarma. Kuan hands me an wrapped bundle of food. As I stare in disbelief in mine, Kuan makes another just like it and digs in. Persuaded, I take a careful bite, cautious not to let any of the filling spill. That's the hardest part about burritos for me. Especially if you go to like Chipotle or something where the tortilla they use is just too small for the portions they give you. So, you know, that's probably something like their marketing department decided, like, oh yeah, it makes it look like it's overflowing, when it's like, no, you're just fucking making me get like rice and beans all over me. Like, oh great, just a big glob of guacamole on my shirt. Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, they say hunger is the best seasoning, but you know, not having to pay for it is up there too. One smiles proudly.
ただ具材を皮で巻くだけのものに料理の腕は関係ないと思うんだがな。
I managed to bite my tongue before the quip actually escapes my throat.
にしても確かにうまいんだが。
Yeah, it's probably salty. No, it is winter, like I said. Salted meats, you know, to preserve them.
何か飲み物は
Booze!
はい、どうぞ。
As though reading my mind, Kuan slides a bowl of amber-colored liquid towards me.
ありがとう。
I take an experimental sip, tasting the beverage. It's an odd citrusy flavor, but it's not overpowering. In fact, it cleanses my palate pretty nicely.
これは酒か？
この地方の代表的なお酒の一つだよ。そんなに主成が強くないから。
Alright, yeah, so it's like a table beer. Gotcha.
お風呂上がりなんかに
Pretty low alcohol content.
へ
You can brew it quick, too.
ビールに近い感じがするが、柑橘系の味がするあたり、ちょっと違うのか。
Yeah, they probably brew it with like random fruits from the forest.
私は結構好きだな。このプチプチとした刺激と爽やかな口当たりの酸味が。
Here's to that.
味の濃い料理とよく
Just ate some
合うな。
Chinese food myself because, like I said, I'm really tired and didn't want to cook. So I just ordered takeout.
それに故郷にはなかった飲み物だからとっても新鮮な感じ。
故郷？もしかしてクオンはよそからやってきたのか？
Oh, really?
そんな
The
こと
sea.
船にいられながら何日も海を渡ってね。
So, mainland, like China, Korea? Huh.
なるほどね。どのあたりからかはわからんが。
Well, we don't really know if we're still in, you know, quote unquote Japan here, but.
旅は幼い頃からよくしていたけれど、ここまで遠くに来たのは初めてかな。
Then again, you know, the sea could just be, you know, the difference from Kyushu up to like Hokkaido or something. You know, just a little quick hop across the strait.
いろいろと知らないことや慣れないことの連続だったりして
You get
楽
seasick?
しかったな。そうそう。
I haven't really ridden a boat since I was like 7. We went on like a Disney cruise.
間一髪
I was fine,
嵐か
but you know, now that I'm old and busted, you know, something tells me my inner ear wouldn't handle it quite as well. One puts a finger to her lips, smiling proudly.
嵐ではないけど、それに近いものに遭遇したんだ。さて、なんだと思う？
I don't know. There's all sorts of weird monsters. You got like fucking sea monsters.
嵐に近いもの。となると、大波とか渦潮とか。
残念。外れです。正解
Cool.
は突然船が巨大な生き物に襲わ
A
れた。
perfect start for like an RPG.
あれは何十人も乗れる大型船に乗っての船旅の最中、波も穏やかだったから甲板に出てどこまでも続く水平線を眺めている
But then the Kraken emerged.
と突然何本もの巨大な手というか足
Called it.
が船に巻きついてきたの。船を海に引きずり込もうとするわ。船から落ちた人をつまんでゆくわで、それはもう大変だったかな。
いやいやいや、それ
So,
嵐に
like-
近くない。
Did people actually die?
というか、ちょっと待て。それって冗談話とか。
Then again, you know, this is also the boonies, so no one knows how to fucking swim out here.
冗談？
One tilts her head quizzically.
なんでもない。想像したら頭が痛くなりそうだ。話題を変えよう。そうだな。少し気になったんだ
I
が。
wonder how it tastes though.
なんで
I
旅
feel
なんかし
like,
てい
you
るん
know,
だ。
giant squid like that,
しかも
it would
そんな
you'd lose a
遠出
lot
ま
of
で
its
して
flavor. It'd just
何
kind
か
of be
目的で
rubbery.
もあるのか。
It's kind of like that with lobster. Like if you get a lobster or crab that's too big,
目的。
it doesn't taste as good. It's just kind of bland. Ugh.
言いにくいのなら別に。
Yeah, what's your life goal? Distill your entire self purpose down in like one sentence for us on the spot.
そんなことないけど、ただ目的と聞かれても
Mine is to make money and not
なん
die.
て答えたらいいんだろう。そうだね。いろいろなところを 見て回るのが好きだから心の奥で何かが
All
さ
right,
さやく
all
んだ
right, world traveler. Uh, college girl whose parents make a lot of money doing her gap year. Through like Southeast Asia. Gotcha.
もっといろんなところを歩いて見たことのないものを見て回ってその匂いをその風を感じたいって
Get some like
もっと
bad
もっと
tattoos on a whim because oh, this place really changed me. When you got a surface level understanding of it.
だからこうして旅を続けてるのかな
One smiles sweetly. I have to admit, the beauty of it charms me a little.
そこにしかない飲み物そこにしかない食べ物食べる飲む遊ぶの物見湯山の旅お説教もお勉強もない解放された世界
To live the vagabond life.
桃源郷とはこのことかな
Unfortunately, my current lifestyle makes that impossible. But, once I'm like 40 and I have like a government pension and my retirement money will already be like over $1 million in my my 401k, then I can get an RV and just drive around and do whatever.
なんかいろいろと台無しにされた気分だ。しかしそれだと家族が心配したり
Or are they all dead? Give us your tragic backstory. At that, Kuon's expression turns dark and distant.
口が滑ったか。
Foot meet mouth.
普通の親なら娘の一人旅など許さない。海を越えてとなればなおさらだ。悪い。
いいよ今回はみんなに
Oh, that's fine.
抜け出してきたから
Sure.
帰ったら大目玉かと思う
Runaway is better than an orphan, maybe, I guess. Depends on the situation. No, nothing's black and white.
どうかした
どうもこうも暗い顔するからてっきり家族がいないのかと勘違いしただけだ。
家族そういうこと
Oh,
気にしなくてもうちは
Oh,
大家
that's
族の大所帯なんだか
good,
ら
I suppose.
ならいい
Question
が
mark?
ってよくないだろう。家族の誰にも知らせず黙って出てきたとか今頃心配してるだろうに。
Ah, she's tough. You saw her fucking murder those dogs. How easily she broke their bones. Fucking
それは
snuffed those pups.
うちはほらおおらかな家風というか
Free range.
嘘こけ。だとしたら大目玉なんて言わないだろ
本当だってば自由にどこへ行くのも何をするのも好きにしてみろって
Yeah, just,
みんなそう言ってく
don't
れ
be
たんだ
surprised when they tell you off. I was gonna say beat up, but I don't think they're gonna beat her up. But they're really gonna give it to her. Put the screws to her when she gets back.
好きなことができるのは若いうちだけだから自由に生きてみるのもいいだろう
Ugh,
ただし
ain't that
無
the
知
truth?
に恥をかくのも自由無力でのたれ死ぬのも自由
It's easy to be irresponsible when you're 19, but when you're a grown-ass man, it's
それが自由というも
a
のだ
little more
それで
societally
もよけれ
frowned
ば好
on.
きにしろってなんていうかこう自主性を重んじてるんだね
う。自主性にも程があるわ。
さあ遠慮しないでたくさん食べて明日の仕事のために
Yep, gotta move plenty more bags of millet.
なぬ明日も
Dig some
仕事だ
trenches
と
or something. I don't know.
え
So that way the snow melt doesn't like wash out the
次は
roads.
これとこれとこれと
まだ食べるつもりか。
Somehow, Kuon managed to put a whole new amamuni together while I was distracted. She eats eagerly.
あ
I'm fine with a mom, but once it gets to like amamuni, that's like when it's too many syllables. I'll give her this. This girl really likes her food.
苦しい。食いすぎた。
Oh yeah.
下手に口を開けたら逆流してきそうだ。
Lying down almost makes it worse. You know, you just gotta like stay sitting up. As I lie down rubbing my stomach, Kuan digs through her bag, searching for something.
自分の倍以上は食っただろうに。あれだけ食っといてよく動き回れるな。
Women have a second stomach.
しかも全然そう見えないし。食ったもんはあの細い体のどこに消えたんだかね。
Just means she either has a super high metabolism or works it all off, or both.
さっきから何をしてるんだ。
Unfortunately, I have neither. My sister has the high metabolism. It frustrates me to no end. She can eat like a fucking like rat that lives like behind a line of fast food restaurants, you know. But me, God forbid, I have, you know, 100 grams too many carbs in a week, and then, you know, all of a sudden I'm bloated and like 5 pounds heavier than I should be.
鼻歌なんて歌って妙にご機嫌みたいだな。
もちろんお風呂の支度をね。ここ数日は体を拭くぐらいしかできなかったけど、
Yeah.
やっとお風呂に入れるかな。
The baby white shower really doesn't do it very well. I've done it before for a couple days straight, you know, out in the desert. But it just leaves you kind of slick. Just like moves the crime somewhere else. Kuan has a dreamy look on her
あ
face.
あ、風呂か。確かに外じゃ風呂には入れんしな。
湯船に浸かれないのは残念だけど、それでもお風呂には違いないもの。
風呂なのに湯船に浸かれない。
Yeah, what?
はあ、この辺りでお風呂と言ったら
I mean, I guess that makes
蒸し風呂に
sense.
なるんだ。
ああ、そういうことか。そっか。お湯の風呂はないのか。
Yeah, just
蒸し風呂も
going
悪く
to
はないんだろうな。
hang out in the
確
sauna.
かにそれは残念だ。
ハクも後で入ってくるといいよ。身も心もきれいさっぱりす
Now
る
there's
し
this all this nice snow out
さ
here.
れるから。
You know, cook in the sauna, run out, jump in the snow, run back in. It's good
そう
for
だ
you.
な。言われてみれば汗もかいたし、体もヘトヘトだ。
Oh yeah, you're probably all grimy,
湯に浸かれないの
gritty
は
with
残念だ
salt.
が、それでも風呂に入ってゆっくりできたら気持ちいいだろうな。じゃあ、そうさせてもらうか。
あ、
One makes a noise as if she's suddenly remembering something.
うーん。
What? The baths here are unisex? Then she puts a finger to her chin, deep in thought.
なんだ。急に視線を泳がせなが
You
ら。
know, gender neutral bath, mixed bathing.
そうだ、まだやることが残ってたな。うん。ちょっと
Yeah,
時間
go
が
on
かかり
ahead.
そう
You
だから
know, I'll just go
お
whenever
風呂
you're
は
back.
ハクが先に入っていいよ。
別に少し待つくらいは構わ満腹で動くのが億劫だし、後の方がゆっくり入れるし。
うんうん。疲れただろうから
Yeah, no need to wait up for me. You know, it's fine.
あ、これ着替えね。
She pushes a set of clothes in my hands. Huh, when did she put those together?
もしかしてお風呂の入り方も忘れてたりする？
Actually, I have. I need you to wash me.
いや、さすがにそれはないだろう。
Yeah.
と思うが。
それなら何も問題ないかな。
You know, it might be the first time doing a steam bath, but you know, we can work it
私
out.
のことは気にしないでゆっくりしてきて。
まあ、そこまで言うなら、何か釈然としないものがあるが、せっかくの行為を断るのも悪いか。
お風呂は下に降りて左の突き当たりだから。
あ、わかった。
All right, time to go fucking boil like a lobster. Or, well, be steamed. Get steamed like a ham. There we go. As I leave the room and head left, the long hallway greets me, as promised. Or broccoli? Broccoli gets steamed. The door at the end of the hall opens into something like a changing room lined with
他
shelves.
には誰もいないみたいだ。
Hey,
これは
yeah!
気兼ねなくくつ
Whole
ろげそう
thing
だ
to
な。
yourself. I untie my sash and toss my clothes haphazardly onto a random shelf. At least fold them. Ooh. Yeah, it's just a sauna. I open another door at the far end of the changing room, and a blast of hot air washes over me. The bath beyond is spacious for an inn like this. Benches line the walls, enough to seat 5 people. Set into the opposite wall is something like a furnace without an opening, fenced in by wood. Judging by the heat waves rising from it, you could probably pour water over that to make the steam. I flop onto the wooden benches and let out a deep sigh. Room's warmth suffuses me. Ugh, the th and the th is not my friend. I didn't realize how good this would feel. I zone out, staring up at the ceiling and thinking. These events wash over me. I used to be able to do a makeshift sauna when I was in my my hotel room at Shepherd Air Force Base. There was a heat lamp in the bathroom, so you could turn it on and just absolutely like crank that bitch up to like 130. But, you know, you could also turn on the shower and leave the door open, so that way it would get nice and steamy in there and just absolutely cook yourself. Great for when I was really into losing weight at the time then. You know, I'd go on the elliptical for like an hour and a half a day. You know, I had a sauna suit that I would go steam in. You know, it's basically like, imagine like rubber sweatpants and like a rubber track jacket with a hood that you go and you just like melt off water weight. You know, I was looking pretty good at the time. But now I'm old and fat. But, you know, the weather's getting nice, so to remedy that, as soon as I'm done recording this, I'm gonna go the fuck to sleep. And, so that way I can wake up at like 5 a.m. to go on a run. Yep, you're basically at the lowest rung of existence. Yep. Just ride things out. Taking a ladle from the bench, I throw water over the heating apparatus. The hiss of evaporating water and a cloud of steam fill the room, heating the air. Oh, your feet probably look like fucking meatloaf. That was the worst part. You know, I think I told the story last episode of my disastrous hike up the mountain. You know, I'm taking my boots off, you know, to get in my tent at the end of the day. Like, they just puffed up immediately. And then the next morning, I had to, like, squeeze them back in for my hike back down. A dull pain shoots through my foot when I try to rub the ache away. Perturbed, I lift my foot, looking at the sole to find the source of the pain. A loud thud interrupts me from the other side of the wall. I look back down at the poor sole of my foot, rife with blisters, some of them torn and bloody. One downside of being flat-footed is it puts like all the like weight distribution of my foot all towards like the pad of my foot to like the side of my my big toe. So if I'm like super like thugging it out in the woods, you know, hiking like crazy, dude, it'll just get torn the fuck up. It's awful. Probably better not to touch that. Left with no choice, I return to massaging my sore calves instead. Suddenly, I get the feeling of being watched. I glance around the steam-filled room, but of course, no one is in here with me. Yeah, you know, get up, do some stretches, limber up, it's good for you. It helps you avoid getting like the the really bad delayed, muscle pains the next day.
と
Careful of my feet, I ease myself up and stand upright, stretching out my whole body. Donk.
おっと腰に巻いていた手ぬぐいがってまた何か物音
Yeah, what was that? Hello?
何かいるのかよくわからんが何かの小動物
Yeah,
み
it sounds
た
like
いな
one of the
鳴き声
squirrels
が
are fighting above my
この宿で飼われているのか
the ceiling in my bedroom when I'm trying to sleep.
まあいいかまずは手足をほぐす手足
Yeah.
ブルブル体操か
Oh, now that we've already lost the towel, no sense putting it back on.
ブルブルブルブル
Yeah, really shake it out.
さっきから想像し
That might be a
何が
monkey.
暴れてるんだ次は腰を大きく振る体操
Yeah, really gyrate those hips.
高速移動早くもっと早く
Yeah, really put your back into it. Something crashes loudly and scampers off.
さっきから妙に想像しいと思ったら
Ah, just stray cats and heat. Nothing to worry about.
ここの季節はよくわからんが春が近いのかもしれないな
Loosened up, I sit back down on the bench and surrender myself to the relaxing steam.
ああ癒される 風呂出たぞ
I return to the room, relaxed and refreshed, to find Kuon sitting in the corner with her back turned.
クワン出たぞ
Yeah, head on in.
なんだ
No reply. She doesn't seem to even notice me.
ペチンペチンブランブラペチンペチン
When I approach, I faintly hear her muttering to herself, gaze vacant. Sounds like she's saying thwap thwap, but it's difficult to make out.
クワン
I put my hand on her shoulder.
わ
もう驚かせないで
お驚いたのはこっちだ
Yeah, you're being
何
weird.
かあったのかいやうつろな目をして何やらブツブツつぶやいてたが何かあったのか
Yeah, it couldn't have been that bad.
なんで目をそらす
別にそらしてなんかないけど
Lies. Despite her words, Kuon is, in fact, looking entirely to one side of me.
いやそらしてるだろう現に今
I round on her and place myself in front of her eyes, but she turns away again.
それになんか顔が真っ赤だぞ
I lean down and put my face right in front of hers. She still refuses to make eye contact. Instead, her cheeks turn even redder, and her eyes are bloodshot like she's been drinking.
目も血走ってるしどこか具合でもわ
Out of the blue, Kuon grabs me and tosses me away like a rag doll with the casual strength of hers. My body flies through the air, landing squarely on the bed.
何をいきなり
私のことはどうでもいいのそんなことより
About what?
どうして言ってくれなかったのかな
Kuon pulls my feet upwards and inspects the soles.
家って何をだ言わなきゃいかんことなんて
Well, yeah, if your feet are that banged up, you probably shouldn't be walking on them very much. Kuon ignores the question, frowning deeply at the sight of my ruined soles.
一言言ってくれれば無理なんてさせなかったのに
いやいやいや散々言っただろうに
Yeah, she just thought that was, like, griping and bitching, because you're a little pansy, but, if it was actually something serious, should have let that, be known. I run through the day's events in my
何
mind.
度も言ったようちはもう
Yeah, but that's different. That's like me at work. I'll bitch and moan, being told to do the most menial of tasks. But, I'll still do it.
待てよ。そういや愚痴と文句をつぶやくだけど何も言ってなかったっけ？
そのままちょっと待ってて。
Like that's like some ointment? Kuwan takes several small pills from the pouch in her waist and puts them into her mouth, chewing.
なんだそれ。
Kuwan only smiles, taking the chewed up glob from her mouth and smearing it onto my feet. Damn, you usually gotta pay for that. Can't quite figure out why, but a chill rolls down my spine at the sight of that cheerful smile. Rub, slip, slather. Oh, it's gonna be gritty too, because it's like chewed up pills. Not the best, mortar and pestle. You're using your teeth. Kuwan's fingers work the substance into my feet, paying special attention to where the skin peels.
ああ、傷薬か何かを塗ってくれてるのか。確かにしみる。っていうか、むずむずヒリヒリ
Oh.
しみるという。
Oh, that's the worst.
痛かゆい。薬のせいなんだろうな。時々足の裏を。
Itching is terrible because you know you can't scratch it. I get bad, itching between my toes because I got some pretty nasty athlete's foot like almost 10 years ago when I was in Mississippi for training. I was there for fucking dead ass dog days of summer where it was like 100 degrees outside and raining every day. The bottom of my feet, like between my toes, just like fell off. Just like raw skin. It was bad. And of course, it gets like a fungal infection. And so still like on bad days, it's like, oh, it'll flare up again. Like that foot fungus is like fused with like the fucking marrow of my bones. It will never go away. But when I reach for them, Kuwan bats my hands away.
痛いからダメだよ。しみる代わりに効果のほどは折り紙付きなんだから。
あの笑顔の意味はこれか。かゆい。かゆい。
これでよしっと。しばらくすれば収まるから、それまで我慢かな。
Yeah, that's when we put the thick socks on so you can't even scratch it even if you'd like to. Still smiling, Kuwan expertly wraps my feet in tight bandages, sealing in the salve.
あとは
Kuwan sits an odd-legged jar next to my pillow.
それは。
これはね。
A big spoonful of Vicks Vapor Rub. She removes the jar's perforated lid. Inside looks to be packed with white ash. Then, nestling a small piece of charcoal in the ash, she lights it and waits for a moment. Finally, another small black pill goes on top of the lit charcoal. A moment passes and a sweet, fruity scent begins to waft from the jar, filling my nostrils.
なるほど、コーロか。
正解。今のは気分を落ち着ける薬草と痛みを和らげる薬草を混ぜて練ったものなの。これで疲れも痛みも和らいで今日はぐっすり眠れるんじゃないかな。
It's a ye old Vicks Vapor Rub, my favorite. Even as Kuwan speaks, I can feel the fragrance soothe my mind and dulling my pain. I feel light.
なんといい。
Almost like I'm hot.
極楽。
少し効果が強いものだと思うけど大丈夫？具合悪くなったりしてない？
いや、大丈夫だ。これは。
Yeah, fucking ride those waves, man.
なんか眠く。まぶた。鉛のように。重くなって。
Oh no, stop. Don't make me actually sleepy.
待って。
Too bad. He's already there.
私の寝床。
沈む。
It's not like it really matters, This is our first night here. No one's actually slept in the bunks yet, so you can sleep wherever.
意識を闇の中に 沈んでゆく。
吐くってば。ねえ。もう。
Hey man, you fucking basically like just set up this little opium den here. It's not his fault, you know, he's just sinking into the pillows.
それにしても、飛んだお荷物を拾っちゃったかな。でも、それは。
Okay? Just talk dramatic to yourself like that. I'm sure it's nothing. Don't worry about it.
この歌、優しい。何か、どこかで
Good question.
聞いたことがあるよう
Sounds familiar.
な。どこかで。
I'm sure it's nothing. Don't think too hard about it. Ooh, the plot music.
一体誰も
And we got abstract background.
あ、向こうに誰かいる。おい、そこの人、ちょっといいですか。
Well, that's not imposing whatsoever.
あ、突然すみません。ちょっと聞きたいんですが。もしもし。なんだ、反応が。
Same.
もしもし。もしもし。
There's something in his arm? No, it's just the shadow from his sleeve.
なんだって。
There's like a little bit of embroidering around the cuff there. Itchy, tasty.
なんか。
Yum.
妙に顔色が悪いな。どこか
This guy are sick? You trying to get to the northern crater, bud?
おい。
Reunion.
なんだこいつ。まともじゃない。
Ooh. Yeah, I've had those days. Damn, Kuon, that shit was laced with something. You gotta get a better plug. Shit.
大丈夫？なんだかうなされてたけど。
Kuon looks at me, brow creased with worry.
夢。
Don't worry, I just dreamed about a man exploding. It's fine.
いや、夢。そうか。夢か。
Yeah, we all have that dream occasionally.
驚かせやがって。なんであんな夢。
Well, considering the sun's up and it's winter, oh, there's no going back to bed at this time.
あの化け物。あんなのに襲われたせいだ。
Also, yeah, fair. You know, probably one of the most traumatic events of your entire life. You know, pre and post amnesia.
吐く？
No one continues to look at me, questioning.
悪い。なんでもない。ちょっとばかり夢見が悪かっただけだ。
ならいいんだけど。それじゃあ、顔を洗ってくるといいよ。そしたら、朝ごはんにしよっか。
そうだな。そうさせてもらうか。
Breakfast. I'll probably have some tortilla chips and a single beer for my breakfast tomorrow. After I wash up and groom myself, I head downstairs for breakfast. Are you the kind of guy that needs to shave in the morning, Haku? You know, I need to shave like every 12 hours if I don't want to keep a 5 o'clock shadow, you know, constantly. But, you know, there are some people, they can go like a week without shaving and they just get a little whisker on their chin. Accidentally hit A on that one. Yeah. Kuon and I spot each other, and she smiles, waving me over. I raise my hand as I approach.
こりゃまた
Yeah, there we
これが朝
go.
飯
Yum! Not nearly as much food as late as last night, but the amount is still ludicrously excessive. There we go.
もしかして少なかった？あまり食が進まなかったみたいだから少し控えめにしちゃったけど。
This is still way too much.
いやこれで十分だっていうかこれで少ないとかありえんだろ
それではいただきます。
I hold the soup bowl in front of myself and take an experimental sip.
味からして野菜と魚
Okay, yeah, pretty standard.
みたいだいけるそれにだんだんと
You know, nice and light. Hopefully, you know, it's not a heavy broth.
食欲も湧いてきたしこいつのおかげか
はい。ハクの分。
Everyone stacks up more of those mom rolls, busily wrapping the food on her plate.
心遣いが嬉しいがいくら食欲が湧いても朝っぱらから
Yeah,
この量は
I-
きついものが
I really don't have breakfast. I just don't eat that much, in all honesty. I have like 1.5 meals a day. I cook fucking boy dinner and have snake meal, where I'll just make a whole lot of one thing for dinner. Like, yeah, I'll just cook up like 4 chicken breasts and like some carrots. And that's all I'll eat all fucking day.
クオンの食欲は朝だろうと関係ないのか
あ、おかみさん、ちょっといいですか？はいよ。呼んだか？はい。何かお仕事があったらと思いまして。
Yeah, you know, we're level 1. We need to do some side quests, really level up our boy here.
何かありませんか？
Oh, I know. Kuon, you know, not a brag, but she's level 3. But the man's here, you know, he's struggling fighting like level 1 slimes. Innkeeper sets down her tray and pulls out a dog-eared notebook, flipping through its pages.
石切り場での石の切り出しの手伝いに伐採した木材の搬送なんてのがあるけど
He can't do any of those. Kuon gives me a sidelong look.
できれば力を使わないよう
Yeah,
な
you
お仕事があれば
got some like
それをお願い
administrative,
します。
like, oh god, words. Administrative? I think that's it. 3 times the charm. You know, some administrative work, some bureaucracy stuff.
力
Admin
仕事
work.
以外
There we
と
go.
か簡単で力を使わないそうだねじゃあ粉引きなんてどうだ昨日あんたたちが運んだ雨具を臼で粉にするんだけどそれはあまり力を
You just
使わ
kind
ない
of
と思う
put it in the mill, and you know, it's usually either got like a water wheel or like a wind, you know, a windmill, you know, a fan blades that turn it.
それなら良さそうですね。
One claps her hands excitedly.
じゃあお願いできるか
はい。確かに頼まれました。きっと
Yeah, probably.
多分このく
Ah,
ら
it'll
いなら
probably
大
work
丈
out.
夫かな。
Sorry, I'm yawning. Ugh. Kuon looks over at me again.
まさかまた
No. This is the easy thing. Just don't
に
breathe
して
in
も困
the
ったもん
flour.
さ
You're getting
本
like
当なら水車で
baker's
臼を
lung
回すん
and
だけど
die.
それがちょいと前に壊れちまってね
あら、直せないんですか？
ああ無理こんな辺境にあんなのいじれるような人いない
Oh, that's easy machinery. Just gears and wheels and like, you know, drive shafts.
ギス様に来ていただけるよう都の方にお願いしてるんだけどこんな辺境まではなかなかね
なんか
That's like basic engineering.
まさかまた自分に
Can't be that hard.
つもりなんだろうか
Just kind of look at it. You'll be able to figure it out.
流れからしてやらせるつもりなんだろうなああ働きたくないでござるよ
動かないか。やっぱり壊れてるのかな。
Having given up trying to get the mill moving, one mutters to herself, peering at the gears.
製粉するための引き薄。
Yep.
こっちは作るための空薄か。
Yeah, usually there's like a hole in the top, you pour it in, it goes, and like that top stone spins and it grinds whatever you put into it into the little flour, and there's usually like a spout on that lower stone that lets it come out where you collect it.
なるほど。外の水車の回転が棒に伝わる。
Yep.
それが歯車で変換されて渦が。
Basic mechanical engineering. Simple as it fucking gets.
もっとも様子からして壊れてるっぽいが、どうやって動かすつもりだ？
You grab that wooden post coming out, and you push.
そういうことだから、ハクにはこの引き薄を回して、そこのアマムを粉にするお仕事をしてもらおうかな。
回すって、
Yep.
まさか。
Manpower, baby.
ちょっとやってみるから見てて。
She's gonna have to whip.
まずは袋の中のアマムを渦に入れてっと。
One opens one of the sacks lying piled in the corner, pouring its contents out onto the mortar.
次に渦を回すっと。
She grabs a hold of the handle jutting from the round millstone and gives a small, almost casual push. It's getting dusty in here. You're gonna get mesothelioma. Mill spins with unreasonable force for that tiny push, grinding and crushing the amam into powder.
ちょっと勢いが強すぎたかな。
ちょっとじゃないだろう。なんか焦げ臭い。うわ、煙が出てる。
Lo and behold, the frictional outlet force created smoke, gently rising from the mill. Now, don't burn the millet.
とにかくこんな感じだからやってみて。
できるか。明らかに回し方が違うだろうに。なんてバカ力だ。本来なら臼の横に差し込まれた棒を押しながら周りをぐるぐる歩いて引くんじゃないのか。まああんなやり方は無理だが、普通に臼を引くくらいなら大して力は使わないか。
What you say, but you know, for not to work, but I should show my gratitude. I take the handle and begin to push.
た
Because depending on how like the gears are set up, you're also like moving all the different rods and shafts too.
ってわけじゃないが、この程度ならどうということはないか。というか、いくらなんでもこのくらいはな。まさかこんなのもできないと心配されたのか。
いい感じ。これなら何の問題もないね。
Probably.
それじゃあ、
Maybe.
私は自分
Whether
の
he'll be able to
用
keep
事
this
を
up
済ませてくるけど、
all day is a completely
あとは
different
任せて
story.
も大丈夫かな。
ここにあるのを粉にしておけばいいんだな。
Yep.
お願いするね。
How fine does this make it go in one go? Do we need to like grind them multiple times, or you know, just the once?
さて、さっさと終わらすか。押して押して、また押して。
Yeah, real mind-numbing work.
回して回して、どんどん回して。
Just inventing work songs on the spot. Fucking adapting to this like fish to water.
にしても力を使わないのはいいんだが、単調で
Yeah.
退屈なのかな。
This kind of work where you're just supposed to like put in some earbuds and listen to a podcast for 5 hours.
しかもなかなか粉にならないな。
Yeah.
やった時はあっという間だったってのに。
Oh well, that's the whole thing about milling any kind of grain into flour is the amount you need to grind to get a reasonable amount of flour. The ratio is terrible. It's why farmers hated the fucking miller, because they drop off these big multiple bushels and they'd get like a single sack of flour for their work, and they're like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, you're hiding it, aren't you? Like, you must be, like, giving it to the devil or something. And then they kill the miller. And then they all starve because no one else knows how to work the mill.
こんなんだといつまで経っても終わらないか。もう少し速度を上げんと。これで一袋目。
Easy peasy.
さて、休憩するか。
Yep. That was a hard 5 minutes of work. Time to take a 45-minute break. This is a union gig after all.
ってやっと一袋か。あれだけやってやっと一袋ってふざけるな。
Yeah, shit sucks.
参った。っていうか甘かった。どうするよこれ。
Yep, time to get bored and just kind of tinker with the gears until you get the mill
こ
fixed.
れだけでもう足がパンパンになるわ。
Use your brain, modern man.
しかも単純作業すぎて気がめいってくるわ。大体だ。なんでわざわざ牛や馬のように手押しで回す必要
Yeah,
があ
don't
る。
they have like a donkey or something they can hook this thing up to?
そんなことしなくても壊れた水車を直せばそれで済むだろうに。
Laying on the ground, I glanced towards the system of gears connected to the mill.
確か修理するやつがなかなか来ないとか言ってたな。
Yeah.
水車なんてそんな難しい作りをしているわけじゃないんだ。直そうと思えば簡単に直せ。それだ。
Yeah, all you gotta do is fix it. Easy peasy.
なんでそんな簡単なことを思いつかなかった。
I picked myself up and set about examining the structure of the mill. Carefully, I scrutinized each part in sequence, finally coming to a gear that feels off.
これだ。引き薄側のこの歯車。割れて引っかかっているのか。これでは動かないのも道理だ。
Yeah, will not do it. Yeah, it seems pretty simple. You know, water wheel turns this large shaft in the top, which has the gear, which turns the one underneath it, which then, you know, catches those spokes on the vertical shaft, turning it.
さてどうするかな。歯車がないんで何しよう。こいつはよく見たらこの引き薄と空薄左右対称ってくらいほとんどならば使わない方の歯車を外して、
Yeah. I mean, if it's not actually using that gear, sure.
こっちに移してみたらそれでいいとか。
I slide off the broken gear, replace it with another of the same size.
なんかえらく簡単にはまったな。自分でやっといてなんだが。
Almost like whoever designed it probably, you know, put in a spare.
歯車の大きさも問題ないみたいだし、誰もこうしようと思わなかったのか。
These people have no idea what the fuck they're looking at.
まあいい。ものは試しだ。
You know, explaining a gear shaft, you know, fucking gear shafts and a pulley system to like a medieval peasant would like fucking blow their minds. Their heads would just evaporate. Moving over to the window, I find the rope holding the water wheel in place and untie it. With a loud sound, the axle in the center slowly begins to rotate. The gears follow suit, and finally, the mill starts to move as well.
お、動いた動いた。
Yeah, buddy, let's go! The mom inside the mill falls out in a steady stream of fine powder.
成功だ。これあとは見ているだけでいい。
Yeah, get comfy. Pop yourself down on one of those bags of probably grain there in the corner. I sit back on the floor and kick my feet up for a nice, long, well-deserved break. The mill continually spins before me, quickly overtaking my efforts from before. It's a mom powder city.
この調子なら日が暮れるまでには作業が終わるか。最初からこうしてみろ。
Footsteps from outside interrupt my thoughts. Acting on reflex and instinct, I quickly stand and move to the mill. Like, I'm not slacking, I'm pushing it.
タク、調子はどう？
Just as I reach the mill, Kuan pokes her head in, holding a tray in her hands.
それなりにいい感じだ。
For some reason, I find myself with my hands around the handle, pushing the freely rotating mill.
勉強をサボる子供のような真似をしてるんだ。
順調みたいかな。
いや、これは。
I catch myself just as I'm about to explain to Kuan how I swapped in an auxiliary gear, pausing. Yeah, they'll find something else for you to do. You just got the fucking sweetest, easy gig in the world. Who would ever fucking rat themselves out for this? Thinking back, I recall the conversation Kuan had with the innkeeper. Yeah, go work in the quarry or haul lumber like you're a fucking draft horse. Mans would die. Oh, you're a 20-hour work week kind of guy, yeah. You have to speak up, Haku. I can't hear you over the mill. Kind of loud. No one doesn't seem to catch on. Or she steps inside and sits on a bench with her tray, tail curling. Ouch. About that. 2 cups sit perched on the tray, warm steam rising from their depths. Just say you gave it a real good push and it's just spinning on momentum.
まあいいや、もう少しで一区切りつくから、そこまでやってからにするよ。
それだとお茶が冷め。
Yeah, you know, pace yourself. You know, no sense getting burnt out, you know, in one big push and then, you know, you got nothing else to keep you going for the rest of the day.
とにかく少し休憩した方がいいと思うな。その間くらいなら交代するけど。
え？あ、いや。
Yeah, this is easy. You know, I actually found my calling.
もしかして無理してる？
してないしてない。
ハクがそう言うならいいけど。
You know, we're not some pants, you know. This is the real man's work here, little lady. One smiles, takes a delicate sip of her own tea. Taking.
でもちょっと安心したな。
何がだ？
正直言うとね、このままだとハクのたれ死にするかもって思った。
What, not being able to find any work?
あまりにも響きすぎて、この先生きていくのは難しいかなって。
I mean, I guess from her perspective, she just found like the equivalent of like a terminal chemotherapy patient out in the woods, you know, barely clinging to life. But you know, he's just, you know, like a normal guy. But, you know, the gap is just too large.
そんなに体力がないんじゃ、とても力仕事なんかできないんじゃないかな。
Yeah, his bones are hollow, made of glass.
それに、ハクの手ってばとっても綺麗だから、多分クワを握ったことすらないんじゃないかな。
Absolutely not. You are some fucking pencil pusher.
でも、その様子だと病み上がりで。
Hey, you know, he's been recovered for so long, the calluses just kind of went away, you know, from his big, strong, muscly, manly hands that do manual labor all the time. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with being the smart guy instead of like the big strong guy, as long as you know get results.
し出すと
Yeah.
しなくもないな。委員会だ。なあ、クオン。ここは自分一人で十分じゃないか？
Yeah, you know, it can't be very interesting, you know, just watching a guy walk in circles. Like, he's probably getting his 10,000 steps in, but...
そうなんだけど、ハクを一人にするのはちょっと不安な感じかな。
No, it's fine.
しようがない
You
な。
don't need to be that good of a person. Embrace the darkness in your heart and just leave.
いいから早くどこかに行ってくれ。
信頼云々とかじゃなくて、ハクの場合は
Also fair.
ちょっと目を離したら。
さすがにそこまで貧弱じゃないぞ。
Probably.
それでもハクを拾った以上、私にはハクを見守る義務があ
How
る。
noble.
それができないのなら、あの時に
But it's fine, really.
そのま
Go.
まに捨てるべきだ
Be
った
gone.
な。
そう言ってくれるのはありがたいが、そんな心配されるとかえって居心地が悪い。そっちにだって
Yeah, no one wants to feel like their mom's hovering over their shoulder, you know, their entire life. So,
そう
yeah, you're talking about how important, you know,
そこまで
independence is and all that. Yeah.
任せてもらおうかな。
No one likes a helicopter parent. The one sets down her cup and gracefully stands.
でもいい？くれぐれも無理はしないで、適度に休憩を
Oh,
挟む
believe me, we're gonna stop the second you close that door.
分かった。
Not that you'll know. Once I'm sure Kuon is out of earshot, I crumple to the ground beneath the mill.
なんとかごまかせた。少々罪悪感がここに来るな。とりあえず茶でも飲む。
Oh no, what did she forget?
あ、ハク？
I jump back to the mill in the nick of time.
少し冷めちゃったけど、お茶はちゃんと飲んでる。どうかした？
No, everything's fine.
いや、
Perfect.
なんでもない。なんでも。
そう水気の補給は大切だから、お茶はちゃんと飲まないとダメだから。
分かってる。
頑張ってね。
You know, we're really working out a sweater. You know, our body temperature's really high. We actually want the tea to cool down, so it's fine if it sits there for a little bit. This time, I keep my ears open for any unusual sounds. Once footsteps slowly grow more and more distant until, finally, I can't hear them anymore.
死ぬぞこれは。
I wipe the sweat from my brow and regard the mill. Actually, can we turn down sound effects a little? Okay, that's too much. This mill is just very loud. We'll turn it down one tick. Ugh. I wipe the sweat from my brow and regard the mill. I think I already read that line.
フローがまたいつ戻ってくるかわからんなんとか。もっと早く終わらせる方法は。嘘を直せばいいんだろう。どう？
Once again, I examine each part of the mechanism in sequence, trying to puzzle out my dilemma. Well, you just gotta add, like, more and smaller gears to the, you know, to the mechanism. You know, big gear into tiny gear, you know, the tiny gear will turn quicker because it's able to do rotations faster.
嘘の回転速度を上げるのか。
Yep.
歯車の比率を変えるのか。そうすれば理論上はもっと速くなる。使われていない方の歯車が余ってるんだ。こいつを使って交換すれば。
Yeah, those are probably used for, like, I don't know, cutting wood or something. They probably have, like, a saw set up. You know, it is a water,
さすが自分。
you know, water wheel.
頭脳がさえ渡ってるな。
It took some trial and error, but sure enough, I got the gears rearranged successfully. As the last gear slots into place, another loud thunk heralds the mill groaning to life once more. You actually don't want it to go too quick, though. The axle and the gears in the mill turn the stone much faster than before. More mom turns into powder with each rhythmic motion of the mill.
よしこんな倍いや3倍の速さで終わる
But can the drive shafts and the, you know, gears actually handle the strain of like this much torque?
絶えずあの補充していけば
It's not gonna do much good if that like vertical shaft just like snaps because it like twists in on itself because it's getting torqued so hard.
そうだったお茶を飲むのを忘れてたせっかく入れてくれたのにもう冷めてしまった足音
Footfalls sound closer and closer, so I quickly jump back to on the mill handle. What? Man's gonna be doing sprints around this fucker. As I get my grip on the handle, I can feel the sped up mill pulling me along, and I have to run to keep up. Try to slow myself down, but I can't with the momentum. Trying to stop just ends up getting dragged.
そうそう今夜の晩ご飯なのだけど
Kuan cuts herself off. The sight of me running at full tilt around the mill greets her.
何をしているのか
見ての通り渦を回して
Yeah, ooh! You know, really just got a second wind that tea you made. It really gave me some energy.
どちらかというと渦に回されているように見えるかない
や慣れてくればこのぐらい速さで回すと
Alright, you got no cardio, bud. I nearly trip over my own feet in my struggle to keep my balance.
どうした
Time to get yanked by the collar. Away from it and just watch it spin. Kuan looks at me with suspicious eyes.
何かいや体力の限界だ
何を隠しているのかな
I fixed the mill.
別に何も隠してなんかこっちのことは大丈夫だから今日は自分のこと
私のことなら気にしないでいいよ
Uh-oh.
こっちの要件はもう終わっちゃったから
Which means you can just stay here and supervise the work for the rest of the evening.
せっかくだしパックの働きぶりでも拝見することにして
You know, until you decide to tell the truth, that is. Kuan resumes her position on the bench, reclaiming her tea and sipping elegantly.
ちょっとぬるくなっちゃったかな
Kuan lets her long, sinewy tail swish back and forth as she watches me struggle.
ハックなんだか息が荒いけど大丈
Ooh,
夫
red as rain.
ハックなんだか顔が真っ赤だね
Ah, you know, it's just the cold winter air.
ちょっと暑いからな
手足が生まれたての小動物のようにプルプルしているよ
むしゃぶれな
Ah, it's my muscles quivering.
そっか
Suddenly, Kuan's tail whips out and snakes around my legs, taking them out from under me. Thought.
何が
Jigs up. The handle quickly comes full circle without me. Oh, right to the back of the head. Or front of the head, or side of the head, depending on where his position. Taken to the back, the mud of the water wheel carries little for my body weight, pushing me along. Round and round and round. Ah, oh, buddy.
ハック正座
いや
Oh,
こ
Seiza.
れは
I don't think I can do that. The tendons in my ankles would probably snap.
そこに正座
Like, balls of your feet on the ground, sitting on your heels. Ugh. Kuan forces me to sit on my knees.
つまり水車を使えるようにしたけど黙っていた
それは
方法が何であれこうして嘘を聞いているんだから代わりに別の仕事を
Yeah, someone's gotta watch the mill
し
go.
ないのに
何ならさっきまでの苦労
Yes.
なのにそんなことをされたらハクに信用されていないみたいでちょっと悲しいかな。
Oh, not the disappointed talk.
すまない。
That hurts even more.
とりあえずはだましだましなら水車が使えるという
That's
ことを
that's how I really get to
おかみ
my
さんに伝えておかないと。
my younger troops, you know. You know, the young fresh green guys, you know, basically fresh out of mommy and daddy's house, is when they fuck up and you know, it's like not something super serious, but you know, it's like a big enough deal where I have to talk to them about it. Like I'll almost never actually be angry, you know, because I know they're dumb fucking stupid kids. So you hit them with like the I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed in you. Like literally just that. Like and then you like wrap it around, it's my fault. I should have trained you better, yada yada yada. But you know, I'm disappointed it's come to this, blah 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 blah. And then like nothing happens. They don't get any paperwork or anything. Like there's no actual like administrative, you know, I don't even know what you would call it. Like nothing's done after that. You just kind of give them the talking to and make them feel bad. And then that's it.
水車が使えなくてここの人たちも困っていたみたいだから。
なあ、教えてちょ。こっちが楽できない。
ハクもそれでいいかな。
Yeah, goodbye. Easy job.
いや、なんていうか。
Yeah, maybe they could find some like brainiac work for you to do.
なんて言ってみたり。
But dump. One smiles cheerfully. It's a very kind, gentle, earnest smile, but a chill courses down my spine nonetheless. And in the next instant, Kuan's whip-like tail wraps around my head tightly.
よく聞こえなかったんだけど。
Like, are you a monkey?
なんて
You
言
know,
ったのか
having
な
a... God, what's it called when, you know, like monkeys are able to use their tail as like basically an extra extremity. Well, it is an extremity, but you know, like a limb that they can use to like grip and hold on things. I can't remember. I gotta watch some like nature documentaries to remember. Oh. It's gonna be like one of those videos where people putting rubber bands around melons. An immense force presses inwards on my skull, closing with the strength of a vice.
そうだ。そういえばさっきのお話。でもハクはここの人たちに役立つことをしたから。
Woo!
ちょ
Reward!
っとだけにおまけしてあげる。おまけしてちょっとだけお仕置きかな。
Thanks, Kuan. You're so generous. His skull was basically made out of eggshells.
それ
Leave
に
him
しても
alone.
算日をこなせることといい、こんなことができるといい、ちょっと考え違いしてたかな。
Yeah. Some fucking civil servant from the capital who got amnesia.
顔の形が変形するところだった。
But, you know, instead of, like, failing the civil service exam 3 times and going insane and, you know, deciding that you are now the brother of Jesus Christ and, you know, launching a super deadly civil war where 30 million people died or some shit and they all ate grass, that you just, you know, became a visual novel harem protagonist instead. Good job, bud. Once Kuon finally releases me, I return to the inn, where commotion seems to be brewing.
なんだあの人だかり。
Good old, what is it? Taiping Heavenly Kingdom? Hong Christ, my boy? Eat grass and fucking die?
感じからしてここの連中じゃないな。様子からして長い道のりをやってきたって感じだし。
Well, that can't be good.
格好は少々物々しいな。
Unless it is. In which case, that's good. But if it's not good, that's not good.
はあ、歯車を交換か。
はい。そうすればどちらか片方の渦なら使えるようになりますから。
I work my way through the crowd of newcomers to find Kuon at the innkeeper's desk. She left me behind to suffer her little punishment, and seems to have struck up conversation in the meantime.
よくわからないけど、とにかく水車が使えるようになったって
Yeah,
こと
basically
ね。
jury-rigged it to fucking work.
ありがとうね。嘘を引く手間も結構バカにならなかったから、みんな喜ぶよ。
Basically, like, the belt in his fucking car motor broke, so he, took off the belt from his pants and just put it on there instead. And, it works enough to get to the fucking nearest, garage, I guess.
それに、
Don't do
あ
that.
の水車
That's
は
probably a really
味方
bad
様から
idea.
授かったありがたい水車だからね。このまま使えないなんてことになったら、申し訳ない気持ちで。
帝様
Never heard of
それじゃあ
him.
今回のお手当は、ああ、そうそう。水車を直してくれた
Woo, money!
上乗せしとかないといけないね。
わあ棚からボタ持ちとはこのことだな
It's all
これ
coming
は
up,
君
Haku.
の行いがいいおかげかこれからのことを考えたら金はいくらあっても邪魔にならないしな
Yep.
もらえるものはありがたくもらっておこう
Yeah, fuck those choices when you're playing RPG where it's like, no, I can never accept this reward. Blah, blah, blah. Lawful good paladin shit. Like, nah, give me the fucking money.
あ、正確には直したわけではないので
Oh, no, Kuan, no, you're lawful
それはちゃ
stupid,
んと
no!
直してもらった時に渡してあげてください。
おま
そうは言ってもね。
本当に結構ですから。
Just be like lawful neutral,
ハク、
where, you'll do the right thing, but you can just, take the extra money and not complain. Kuan seems to have noticed me and turns to me with a pleasant smile.
いやせっかくだし
ほら、ハクもせっかくだけど気持ちだけでいいって言ってるし。
ちょーいこら
そうかいありがとうよ。
Yeah,
そこまで言うのなら、
just
お言
make
葉に
dinner
甘えてね
extra nice tonight or something.
な
その代わりと言ってはなんだけど、晩を楽
There
し
we
みに
go.
しておくれ。
Good trade.
さらに、
本当ありがとうおかみさん。おかみさんの料理は美味しいから。
やだよ。そんなこと言われると照れちゃうじゃないさ。そんなに期待されちゃ張り切るしかないね。
しかも
Now maybe I'm just getting old, but
記録とな
I see Innkeeper Lady and Kuan next to each other. I'm like, yeah, Kuan's cute and all, but like, man, is Innkeeper Lady, is she a targetable heroine?
よ少し遅くなっちまって悪かった
Hello, rugged man. As we continue speaking with the innkeeper, a man suddenly enters and interrupts.
あの男確か外の連中にいろいろと指示していた男か連絡が言ってたとは思うが部屋を人数分用意しといてくれたかい兄さん
ええ、伺ってます。遠路はるばるようこそ。お待ちしておりました。
Alright, well, they don't seem, bad armed group of people.
うちの連中はよく飲み食いするからよ特に酒飲みばかりだな
For now. Let's see how they behave once they get some drink in them. Like all soldiers. Even at a glance, I can tell this guy has some serious muscles. A pretty impressive beard, too, but he looks young underneath it. Really? That's an impressive beard? Okay. Feels like the rough and brazen type. Doesn't seem to give much thought to his appearance.
もしかしてあんちゃんたちもここの客かい
そういうことかな。よろしくお願いね。
Yeah, I hope we can be good neighbors when we're staying in this place.
こっちこそよろしく頼むぜ
Yeah.
騒がしくなって悪いとは思うが勘弁してやってくんな
Just make sure it doesn't get too rowdy. The stranger smiles and nods apologetically. Seems like an honest, friendly sort, actually.
それじゃあこれを。
The innkeeper hands him a sack of wooden room keys.
お確かに預かったぜ
ウコン殿、荷ほどきが終わったでおじゃるよ。
Another man enters the inn. Oh. That's a look. Can't help but stifle a laugh. I don't think anyone else here will blame me for it. After catching a look at this guy. His lanky figure, his ridiculously flashy robe. Those are both fine. Makeup I can't get over.
おご苦労さん
それにしても疲れたでおじゃる。早く横になって休みたいでおじゃるよ。
I mean, you might dress a little funny, but you know, speaking my language. Also, that's not the most flattering haircut in the world. Somehow, I managed to keep myself from laughing in his ridiculous painted face.
腹が痛い。なんだその風貌にぴったりの言葉遣いは。あの白塗りといい。どこの名前もきっとマロに違いない。なあマロロ。
Ugh.
最近ますます体力がなくなってきたんじゃねえのかい。ズボー。マロっぽいと思った。本当マロ。机にばっかしがみついてないで。もうちょっと体を鍛えたらどうで。
Nothing wrong with that, you know. It's just like bad for your back and neck. You know, I say as I straighten my posture as I was sitting like a shrimp for the past 25 minutes.
これはなんと美しい。
Marudo's face brightens as soon as he notices Kumon. Back off.
花開く前のあふれんばかりのつぼみ。大輪と花開いた折にはきっと誰もが目を留める美しき女子となるに違いないでおじゃる。
Just notice his eyebrows. You know, it's fine when like the old-fashioned Ojo-san, you know, girl has those like circular eyebrows, but I don't know how they work on like a middle-aged like bureaucrat guy.
いやいや、美しいものは美しい。このように美しい御人、デートでもめったにお目にかかれぬでおじゃるよ。
これってもしかして口説かれてるのかな。
Yes. Is it working?
むひょ、違うでおじゃるよ。思わず口走ってしまった。
Yeah, you know, he's just calling him how he sees it.
その、なんというか、突然失礼したでおじゃるよ。マロはマロロというものでおじゃる。見たところ、貴公たちもここの客人でおじゃるな。
Thart? Okay.
少々荒くれ者揃いでうるさくなってしまうでおじゃるが、なるべく迷惑をかけぬようにするので多めに見てほしいでおじゃるよ。
うん。よほどのことがない限り構わないかな。
Yeah, you know, just
男たちの
just a little bit of a party, you know, not gonna burn the place down.
おうそう言ってくれるとありがてえ。なに、おかみや他の客人には迷惑かけねえ。
Yeah, it's like when you're when we're on one of our work trips and you know it's time to go downtown, you know. Maybe some people are fucking bullheaded dumbasses and you know you gotta babysit them all night because they'll start a fight with a bouncer and get fucking killed. But you know, most people just want to have a good time.
じゃ、もう一働きしてくっか。おかみ。
God, I absolutely hate going out with people like that. Half the time I just want to walk away and be like, if you die and get yourself killed, I don't fucking care. I'm just gonna go sip whiskey over here.
では、失礼するでおじゃる。
For that, the two of them head outside.
よし、てめえら。さっさと荷ほどき済ませて、飯すっぞ。
Ukon's men respond to his rallying cry in
そ
unison.
れから、いいかてめえら。肩着の衆には絶対に迷惑をかけるな。 なかなかに威勢のいい連中みたいだな。
Yeah, not that bad. I turn to Kuon, but she's fallen silent, eyes lingering on the doorway.
うん。なんだか面白そうな人たちだ
Yeah,
ね。
you know, a little rough around the edges, but not the worst.
ちょっと気になるかな。
まあ確かに。
Well, you said the capital,
マロが払われたら気にせずにいろという。
so, no, probably around there, you know,
確かに。
if not the capital itself, somewhere nearby
ただものじゃなかった。
to be, you know, familiar with it.
化粧といい、言葉遣いといい、しゃもじといい、ツッコミどころ満載だ。
そっか。ハクにも分かったんだ。
いや、誰でもわかるだろう。あれは。
I mean, it is a fair thing to be like, oh, you actually were able to pick up on, you know, he's some bigwig when you don't remember literally anything.
故郷を離れて遠くまで来たけど、まさかこんなところにあんないい男がいるなんて。これ
は？いい男って、もしかしてあんなのが好みなのか？
I mean, maybe not like into, but, you know,
なるほど。
not someone you meet every day.
そういう意味じゃないよ。
Yeah.
好みかと聞かれたら好みの部類に入るかもしれないけど。
Who? Fucking Ukon?
そうか。
I mean, that's fair.
まさか本当にあんなのが好みだったとは。
Damn, bud. Better start hitting the gym.
いや、趣味なんてのは人それぞれだ。それをとやかく言うのは良くないな。嘘だ。あんなのが好みというなら。
Yeah. Learn what kind of guy she likes.
ここは一つごまを
So you can better play the field.
そうでおじゃるか。クオンはああいった感じがいいでおじゃるか。なるほどでおじゃるよ。
なんでそんな口調なのかな。
Yeah, no, not him. The other guy.
いや、こういった感じにした方がクオンが喜ぶと思ったでおじゃる。どうしたでおじゃる？
Go on just gives me a cold smile. My heart drops into my stomach, and I try to make an escape, but her tail catches me like a lasso.
なぜ？マーク！
Prehensile. That's what it is. When monkeys and stuff are able to like use their tail to like hold onto tree branches and trunks and stuff. It's a prehensile tail. When will he learn? Never. The answer is never.
おめえ、杯がちっとも減ってねえじゃねえの。そら、もっと飲め飲め。おい、こっちのが空になっちまった。もう3本ほど持ってき
My
てくんな。
eyes just immediately locked on like that third guy to the left. His fucking bowl cut. Of course, he's like the fat guy. The inn's tavern-like dining hall is a lot livelier than it was yesterday.
賑やかな連中だな。
そうだね。でもこんな雰囲気も嫌いじゃないかな。
Yeah, I try not to get drunk. Mainly because I have a weak stomach and I'll just end up puking somewhere. I'll never black out. Probably because, you know, my stomach that cannot hold anything, you know. It holds alcohol like a fucking sieve. It just gets the poison out of my system before it can kill me. And I end up blacking out. The closest I've come is when I was like 19 and living in military dorms. And I like definitely got alcohol poisoning because I had to go to the ER like a day and a half later because I still hadn't stopped vomiting. And I had like no water left in my body. I was gonna fucking die. But I just lied to the doctors and said, yeah, man, I had some bad salmon or something. I had gas station sushi and now I'm like, oh, I'm so sick. Like got food poisoning or something. They like gave me an ultrasound too because they did some blood work and they're like, man, your gallbladder's looking a little funny. I'm like, oh. Yeah, but then they looked at it and like, no, it's fine. Weird. One pours herself a cup of sake, looking faintly nostalgic. It's hard to tell.
ねえハク、都に行ってみようかなって思うんだけど、どうかな。
都？
ここでの暮らしは仕事に狩りに。
Yeah, you know, put your fucking ability to do math in your head to use.
致命的なくらい住みにくいと思うんだ。
And, you know, a basic understanding of mechanical engineering.
多分ハクはここで生きていくことは。
Which already, you know, puts you in like the top fucking 1 percentile of people in this world.
だけど見てて分かったんだけど。
Yeah.
ハクは力仕事がダメだ。
Just gotta play to your
それ
strengths.
を補う知恵があると思うんだ。きっと都
The whole don't judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree thing.
見つかるんじゃないかな。
もしかして自分のためにわざわざか。
あまり気にしないで。私もそろそろ都に
But
向かおう
yes, you
かな
are
って思ってる
extremely
ところだから
helpless and will die in a ditch on the side of the road without her, so.
そっか、ならいいが。にしても都なんてあったんだな。
ここはヤマトと呼ばれる無数の国からなる大国なんだ。
Yeah, you know, big independent, you know, fiefdoms and daimyos and whatnot. Well, probably not daimyos. Maybe. Is there like a central emperor?
と言ってもハクはこんな山奥の小さな集落しか知らないみたいだから仕方ないのかな。
Yeah, can you draw a map?
山。なんか聞いたことのあるような。
Oh yeah, gee, I wonder why.
それでね、どうせ都に行くのならせっかくだからテートに行ってみようと思うんだ。この大和に君臨する帝の増しますテート。
Cool.
話によると壮大できらびやかなところらしいけど。
Yeah, let's go meet the shogun. Or, well, if it's the divine rule, I guess it's the emperor.
おめえさんたち、テートへ行く気なのかい？
One of the men at the table suddenly turns around to address
こ
us.
の男、さっきの。
Hey, you guys going that way? Mind if we join your little caravan?
おっと、話しているところを悪いね。別に盗み聞きしてたわけじゃねえんだが、テートへ向かうって話が聞こえたんで。
デートから？
おうよ。ちょいとばかり野暮用でな。おっと、まだ名乗っていなかったな。俺はこいつらの番を張らせてもらってる。
Nice to meet
ウ
you.
コンってもんだ。
How does your jacket actually look at the end there? Okay. I saw like those weird, like, I don't even know what you would call those. Convex little cylinder pyramid things, cones. Yeah, that's what they're called. I had to go through like every other single fucking geometrical shape to get there. With those flat little cones and like the little obelisk things on there.
私はクオン。彼はハクかな。
ハクだ。クオンと共にしている。
Guan prompts me, and I keep my introduction simple.
クオンにハク。
Mainly because there's nothing else to say. You have a name and that's it.
何かの縁。よろしく頼むぜ。
こちらこそかな。
今度のさっきから誰と話し込んでいるでおじゃるか。
Maybe better is worse, he can't hold his
こりゃ
booze.
さっきの麗しの
To be fair, he does look like he's 95 pounds fucking sopping wet, so it makes sense that he doesn't have a high alcohol tolerance.
もう酔っ払ってやがるな。酒の席だ。酔うのは構わねえが、迷惑はかけるもんじゃねえぜ。
何を言うでおじゃる。丸はこの通り。酔ってにゃいでおじゃるよ。
That's what all drunks say. Maybe not in that exact verbiage, but
やれやれ。
you know.
それのどこが酔っ払ってないってんだが。相変わらず酒に弱えな。
麗しの乙女よ。マロはマロロというものでおじゃる。これでも帝より拝命した学士でおじゃるよ。
Yeah, it's when you take a shot and you're already messed up, and like it doesn't go down right. Like you let it sit in your mouth too much. You know, you aerate it, so then you just get all those liquor vapors in your like back of your mouth and your lungs, and it's like ugh. Try to hold in my laughter as Marulo appears, but it's no use.
分かってはいるのに。なんという破壊力。
おすごい。
あ、
帝から直々に拝命されたということは、
Yep.
最難関と言われる伝子に求
Yeah, the
愛
one
した
that makes you go insane and think you're the brother of Jesus Christ when you fail it 3 times.
よくわからんが、それはすごいことなのか？
うん。何年かに一人受かるかどうかの最高諮問なの。
Huh.
ものすごい難題を解いたってことだから。
Alright, so it's even harder than like the Imperial Civil Service exam.
もっと褒めてくれてもいいでおじゃるよ。
すごいのは分かったが、そんなすごいのがなんでまたこんな偏僻なとこにいるんだ？
Yeah, what brings you out here?
人手が足りないからと友人であるウコン殿に頼まれたのでおじゃる。マロがいれば100人力でおじゃるからな。
2?
まあ見てくれはこんなんだが、強力な術師であるのは間違いねえからな。
I mean, makes sense.
信頼されてるんだ。さすがは電力士ってとこかな。
Yeah, you know, scholarly types, you know, obviously it's high int, so you must be a mage. Marulo begins to laugh with pride, but ultimately hangs his head and sighs deeply. Yeah, you're drunk, get it all out. Trauma dump us. Begins to mutter and mumble something, and takes an enormous draught from his cup.
なんだ？
Draft? I think it's draft. Yeah, draft. It's spelt like drought, but it's actually pronounced like draft, I'm pretty sure.
やれやれまたかい。まあそのあたりはいろいろあるのさ。あんまり追求しないでやってくんない。
Ah, don't worry, bud. You'll be able to get it up. Just, you know, maybe lay off the whiskey. I say it's
そ
like,
れにしても
go for another
デ
beer.
ートからこんな辺境の奥地へ。しかも電学士まで同伴なんて。どんなお役目？
Ooh, foamy. And It's got like the vapor coming off it. That was a good crack. Good hiss.
なんでもないから今のは聞かなかったことにしてほしいな。
そうかい。いやまあ秘密にしなければいけないってほどでもねえんだが
Things
な。
ain't doing so good on the home front.
俺よりおめえさんたちここらじゃ見かけねえ衣装だが、もしかして海を渡ってきたんかい。
ごめんと。ちょっと隣の方からモノミユさんの旅ってとこかな。
Alright, makes sense that she had like a yurt thing going on. If she's from like you know, the kind of like the steppe Manchuria area.
ほほう。行商人には見えねえと思ったが、モノミユさんの旅た羨ましいね。しかしいくらこのヤマトが安泰たはいえ、いいとこの嬢ちゃんが友と二人だけで旅と。
Never know what villains might stalk the roads.
随分と無茶というか、大胆というか、思い切った真似をするもんだ。
You know, especially one that's so scrawny, it looks like he'll get blown over by a stiff breeze and die.
お嬢様とか別にそんなのじゃないから。
もしかして隠していたのか。すまねえな、悪気はなかったんだが。
You know, clearly a woman of such fine breeding as yourself,
どうして
you know, could
そう
be
思ったのかな。
nothing else if not, you know, of blue blood.
どうしても何も。一見そやっぽい言葉遣いと振る舞いをしているように見えるが、仕草に気品っていうのか。育ちの良さが隠しきれ
Yeah,
て
I
ね
was
え
about
っ
to
ていう
say,
のがね。
you know, considering you have like fucking math homework books, when the normal person out in this world, it doesn't even know what fucking math is.
いいところのお嬢さん。
You know, they can't count anything besides using their fingers and toes.
感じがしてな。
姫君とか口がうまいんだね。
いいんや。感じたことを言ったまでさ。
褒め言葉として受け取っておくね。つまり
Yep, let's not
あなた
press
が
this
ただ
issue
の荒く
at
れ
this
者のま
time.
とめ役に見えないのと同じ。
なんだこの妙な空気。
Don't worry about it. Unable to bear the uncomfortable tension between Ukon and Kuyon. Ukon and Kuon. Ukon? Ukon? Kuon. Ukon? Kuon. Weird. Their names together just like melted my brain. Any longer, I begin to speak up when the doors to the dining hall fly open, admitting a panicked-looking man. The talk in the hall dies quickly as he stumbles in, and soon as quiet as the grave.
なんだいそんなに慌てて。外からのお客さんもいるんだよ。
なことよりおかみさん。
The man runs up to the innkeeper and leans into her ear, whispering. At first, the innkeeper had been smiling patiently, but she pales as he speaks, expression hard.
なんだ妙に慌てた感じだな。
Probably, yeah, that's safe to assume
いや
when, you know,
買い物で
things
も起きたのか。
things go this way. Kuon and Ukon have both gone dead silent, fixated on the innkeeper and the newcomer.
どうすりゃいいんだい。今は薬師様が。
Oh, good thing we got this healer with us,
おいおかみ、どうしたんで。
who
俺
just
で
got,
よけり
you
ゃ
know, her
事情を
healing
話して
ability.
みな。これは。
The man writhes on the floor, his skin bloated and purplish in splotches, groaning in pain. Another man struggles nearby, but he doesn't seem to be in as bad condition. Only his arm is purple. Oh,
じゃあ帰り道に突然ギギリに襲われたってわけかい。
sounds poisonous.
いつもと同じ道を通ってたはずなのに、たくさんのギギリがいきなり奴は襲われてる馬を助けようとしてこんなことに。
Well,
なのに俺は何もできなくて。
おめえさんが逃げなかったらこいつを助けることはできなかったはず。
yeah.
自分を責めるんじゃねえ。生きて帰ったことを褒めてやれ。
Yeah, no sense, you know, letting both of you die. It's like the thing, like, no sense jumping in to save a drowning person if you're not confident enough in your swimming ability to do so. Otherwise, you just end up with 2 drowned people.
なあクオン、ギギリってなんだ？
そうだね、肉食の虫かな。大きくていっぱい足があって
Sounds
額
gross.
からで覆われてハサミのような大きな顎を持った。
So a centipede or millipede, depending on what kind. But
でもあれって
general idea.
人に噛みつくことはあっても襲ってくるようなことはないと思ったんだけど。
大きくていっぱい足があって硬い殻で覆われて大きな
Unless it's also that thing.
そいつはまさか。
どうしたの？
多分それ
Yeah,
自分も襲われた。
kind of looks like a scorpion
ハクが？
crayfish.
でもギギリなんて見なかったけど。
Oh yeah, it got eaten by the slime.
そっか。クオンが助けに来てくれた時、すでにあれはあのスライムみたいなのに食われた後だったな。クオンに助けられる前、そのギギリにも襲われてたんだよ。危機一髪のとこで、あのタダリってやつがそいつを飲み込んでくれたから助かったんだが。
もしかして
Yeah,
ハクがタタリに飲み込まれそうになってた。
which doesn't seem like it was gonna swallow us. It seemed like it was trying to talk to us, but so be it.
一難去ってまた一難なんて運がいいんだか悪いんだか。でもなんだか白らしい気もするかな。
I'd consider it lucky considering he's still alive.
待て、なんでそれが自分らしいんだ？
え？
なんでそこで不審そうな顔をする？
でも噛まれなかったのは幸いだったね。
Oh,
見ての通り、
oh.
ギギリは毒を持ってるから。
引けよって毒？毒なんて。
Damn, things that big usually aren't venomous. It's like the whole thing. Like, it's the tiny scorpions you need to watch out for because evolutionary, evolutionary, whatever. Due to evolution, the reason they're able to survive for being so small is because they pack a big punch compared to like the giant dinner plate sized scorpions, which just got big meaty claws, and if you get stung, it's not that big of a deal.
大丈夫、それほど強い毒ではないし、辺境の男は強いもの。それに体を麻痺させる類の毒だから、それで命を落とすことはないかな。
Just paralyzes you so they can eat you later.
そうか。ならいいんだが。
Yeah, but it's not very good if that like paralysis, stops your heart or your lungs.
そう考えると、ハクは運が良かったのかも。
いや、あんなのに噛まれたら毒以前に真っ二つだろう。
それにしても手当ての途中みたいだけど、放置したままなのはどういうこと
I
か
don't know, they
な。
probably don't know how.
命に別状はないと言っても、ここまでひどく噛まれたら辛いはずなのに。
Without a doubt, the swollen purplish flesh around their wounds looks extremely painful.
ああ、一応毒は吸い出したんだが、ちょうど薬が底をついてたらしくてな。今、おかみさんたちが調合しているところだ。
そっか。
まあ仕方ねえさ。なんでもここ最近、ギリによる被害が頻発しているらしくて、薬が追っつかねえって話だ。その材料も先日仕入れたばかりのところで、今日の騒ぎだし。
Oh, was that us? Did we do that?
マロロに何か
Oh,
知恵
did
を
I
借り
do
ようと思
that?
ったんだが、
We can urkel it up.
目を覚ましゃしねえ。
なんでだクソ。
Man, they must be real fucking mad.
ここ最近被害が増えてるって聞いたが、そんなにひでえかい。
ここ半年で被害が急
I
に
mean, 6 months is like a pretty long time.
それでも今日みたい
Someone's got them real
集
riled
団で
up.
人に襲いかかってくることはなかったってのに。
確かにギギリが人を襲ったって話は聞かねえな。なんかの拍子に大発生して人を襲うようになったか。このまま放置しとくとやばいこと
Either
にな
that
る
or
かも
just
しれ
like
ねえな。
a population boom and they've already like eaten all their normal prey, so now they're just attacking whatever. Ecosystem going out of whack.
おいおい大丈夫か。薬はまだできねえのか。
クオンは薬を持ってないのか？
あるにはあるけど、
Ah,
手持ちのは汎用薬だから。
yeah, you gotta get to like level 10 before you unlock your
今調合しているなら
your like
そっちの方を
anti-poison
使った
skills.
方がいいかな。それに治療をしたとしても すぐに痛みが引くわけじゃないから。
Can't you light some of that good incense that you got in there?
でも仕方ないかな。
Put these guys on cloud 9.
あんまり使いたくなかったけど。
Muttering that to herself, Kuan pulls a pair of small, round pills from her medicine pouch.
さあ、これを口に入れて。
I just suck on it
ゆっくりと溶かしてみて。
like it's a lozenge, cough drop.
鎮痛薬だよ。
A what?
これを舐めていれば痛みが和らいでくるから。
With that name, it sounds like you keister it. You sure it's not suppository?
なんだ、そんなのがあるのなら最初から使ってやればよかったのに。
これはあくまで非常用だもの。言っとくけど、味の方は保証しないから。
Best medicines aren't. The wounded man regards the pill with trepidation at that, but boldly throws it into his
あな
mouth.
たも聞こえた？
Kuan brings the second pill to the man lying down, holding it out to him. Despite his pain, he seems to be conscious of his surroundings, and he also takes the pill obediently.
うん。これで楽になるから。意識が
You just
朦
gotta
朧としてくる
stuff
け
it
ど
down in your lip like it's a fucking big wadded dip. Just suck on it. Tense moments pass, and after a while, the men's faces lapse into peacefulness, just as Kuan said.
表情が柔らかくなってきた。どうやらよく効く薬っぽいな。これで一安心か。
You got some, like, poppy seed extract in that thing?
は？
Within moments of me letting out a sigh of relief, the wounded man bolts upright, grinning widely. And he must be feeling good.
なんで？
なんだ？何が？
He laughs, head swiveling wildly, then falls to the ground as if something inside him has snapped. I mean, maybe there is some poppy in there. The man already lying down begins drooling from his wide, dopey smile. Then he leaps to his feet and begins to dance listlessly. Yeah, these dudes high as fuck. They're just vibing now.
なんだこれは。
No.
普通じゃない。というか、明らかに
That's how you know they got the
や
good
ばい。
stuff.
ああ、大丈夫。ちょっとだけ強い薬だから。
Just a
少
bit.
し精神が高揚しているだけかな。
ちょっと？これが。
Ukon and I share a look. Silently, we each confirm each other's thoughts. This is nowhere near a bit.
いや、少し効きすぎじゃないか？
うん。非常用だから。
Yep, just as intended.
少しだけ効き目が強いんだ。本来なら戦場で致命傷を負ったような人に使ったりするものだから。
Alright, it is an opioid. Great,
ちょっ
fantastic.
と中毒性があるけど、多用しなければ大丈夫だし、痛みで苦しむよりかはいいよね。
Definitely an opioid.
ほら、あんなに元気になったし。
Kuan indicates the frenetically dancing man and smiles.
そう。
That's gotta be mixed with something else, because most opioids just put you down.
こいつ
They don't really give you energy.
なんか怖え。
She's mixing her uppers and downers. This girl parties hard. Oh, stop. Don't yawn.
大きなあくび。
As our plans were to leave for the capital at dawn, I woke up before the sun even rose.
しかし眠い。夕べの幻想のせいか、どうも眠りが浅かったみたいだ。
ハク、何日も歩くことに
ああ。
なるんだから。
Can't we ride your little bird instead of walking? Or get a cart? Kuon, of course, makes short work of the mountain of food before her. No match for her appetite.
と言われても起きたばっかで食欲がな。
よ、お二人さん。随分と早いじゃねえか。
As a reply to Kuon, the man who called himself Ukon approaches us.
おはよう。そちらこそ。こんな朝早くにどうか
That's
した
what
の？
throwing me off. Their names are basically like all the same letters. Just instead he's Ukon and she's, you know, Kuon. Just the K and the U were swapped.
ああ、大したことじゃねえんだがよ。ここの村長にギギリの駆除を頼まれちまってな。
Ah, sounds easy enough.
このまま放置していたら、また人が襲われかねないからな。
Did they taste good? Can you like boil them? Like a crab or a lobster or, you know, like a
報酬
crawdad?
も払うって言うし、ここの連中にも世話になってるからな。そろそろ他の野郎どもも起きてくるはずだぜ。
あれを駆除。
Yep.
な、ちょっといいか。
Well, considering, you know, the normal people in this world are able to fight off that pack of like ravenous wolves with a stick and you like did 3 damage. I think they'll be fine.
本当にあんなのを相手にするつもりなのか。
ああ、何が言いてえのかよくわからねえが。
Yeah, they're like monster, just kind of,
このつもりだぜ。
it's like a pest.
いや、いくらなんでも危険すぎないか。あんなのを相手にしてたら
いやいや、なことはねえさ。そりゃ毒を持ってるし。
Like, yeah, it's
数も
fine.
多いらしいから。
We'll just step on them and they'll die.
あるのは違えね
It's like going, you know, well, it's like an infestation of crabs at the beach. You know, like, yeah, it'll hurt if they snip you, but just put on your stomping boots and get to work.
とはいえ、一匹一匹は大したことねえし、うちの連中は腕に覚えのある奴らばかりだ。この程度、物の数ではねえだろってな。
おいおい、
Yep.
あれが物の数ではないだと。しかもあんなのが群れで
It's
襲ってく
like
る
I
って
said,
の
it's just
か
that you're unbelievably weak.
あのね、ハク。
Yeah.
言いにくいんだけど。
You're just like
誰も
outstandingly,
群れに襲われた
like
りしなければ
scientifically, impressively
いいくら
pathetic.
できるんだ。
何？
なんかごめんね。
Like a unique specimen.
あの化け物だと。どんだけ規格が
Yeah, they're like monster hunter people.
とはいえ、あの毒が厄介なことに変わりねえし、急な頼まれ事だ。その対策も万全じゃね
Ukon sits and leans forward on his elbow.
え。なわけでな。姉さんのクスシの腕を見込んで頼む。その力
Yeah, you know, any good party needs the healer. Except, you know, she's already ours, so buzz off. You know, she can't join your party, but you can join our party.
報酬は他のやつの3倍だぞ。そうね。悪い話じゃねえだろ。
Can I bump the voices? No, the voices are at max. Guess I'll drop the music like 2. Kuon chews her bite of amamuni, slowly mulling over the offer.
そういうことなら私たちも協力させてもらおうかな。
引き受けるのか。いくら他の
Yeah, she's tough.
腕に覚えがあっても。
She can probably fight him off herself.
そうだとは。いや、多分大丈夫なんだろうな。クオンが他の連中に遅れを取ってるなんて自分にはとても真似できんだろうな。ってちょっと待て。今
Yeah, you guys are a pair.
って言わなかったか。
Where one goes, so does the other.
それがどうかした？
どうかしたじゃない。こっちを殺す気か。
Yeah, you know, you got some actual, like, real men you can, like, learn some skills from.
あんなのを相手にしてたら命がいくつあっても足りんだろうが。
大丈夫だよ。いくらハクでも。
Yeah, you're like the bookie smart type, but not like the bookie smart types normally here, where they just, like, cast spells from the back line.
いやいやいやいや
Can't even do that.
無理無理無理無理無理無理だから。
そういうわけで一緒にハク
Really breaking the mold there, bud.
それがこちらの条件かな。
話を聞け。
このあんちゃんもがこりゃ構わねえがいいのか。同行するからには身の安全の保証なんてしねえぜ。
Yeah. Just don't make fun of him too much when you see how much of a wimp he is. That'll hurt his feelings.
構えよ死ぬだろうがなんでそんなにこやかなんだよ
ハクは記憶を失っているせいか世の断りについて何も知らないと言っても
Yeah, real trial by fire will, get you going.
それに多分だけどハクは荒ごとを経験した
Or
こと
ever,
も
like
ない
in
んじ
your
ゃない
entire life.
このままだとねちょっとまずいんだ遠くない先
Might as well, learn the ropes with this dependable band of merry men.
だから早いうちにこういった荒ごとを
Oh, put some
経
hair
験
on
し
your
てもらお
chin.
うと思ったんだ
Or your chest. That's the saying.
もちろんハクがどうしても行きたくないというのなら無理強いはしないよ
無理強いしないもんな
Well, you're already twisting his arm. You don't even know it.
どうする
わかった一緒に行かせてもらう
それでは
Putting his
そういう
manly
ことで
pride on the line like that. How could you? You manipulator. Oh, women are like this.
まさか楽しんでないよな
Yeah, she likes to see you squirm. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we got our new quest. And that seems like a good place to stop for tonight. So, once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring them. We'll see you guys on next time for the next episode of Utawarerumono, where we will pick up on our quest to go kill bugs. Real good level 1 quest for my gotta grind. Theoretically, I could go into free battle mode and just fight those 4 dogs over and over and over like some kind of psychopath until I'm like level 99 and then steamroll the rest of the game. But I won't do that because that takes the fun out of it. Like that, okay, I'm not saying it takes the fun of it to do this, but it's like that crazy guy who got to like level 99 in Final Fantasy VII before leaving like the first Mako reactor. Wild the things people do. But I'll let you people get around about with your days. So I'm gonna stop and like go take a shower and go to sleep. So yeah, have a good one, you guys. Bye. Mwah.